gorgeous. Welcome to Pegasus Beach, a little piece of paradise here on planet Earth, which I get to call home. Today I am going to take you into the forest to explore your tree of self. So if this is something that's intriguing to you, then stay tuned, because after this video you will never look at your relationship with yourself and the world the same ever again. If you're new to my channel and you enjoy this, then hit the subscribe button and also that little bell that will notify you every time new videos are uploaded. I do create weekly new content for you, and if you know other alpha females who are ready to join a Thrive evolution, please do share this message with them so we can get more women to live in a state of thrive. Let's go bundu bashing and see if we can actually find a way into the forest. So now that I have a healthy glow from a little bit of bundu bashing, I actually had to crash through a piece of the forest because it was so dark on the inside that you wouldn't have seen my face. I'm sure that you know by now that our mind thinks in pictures, not words. And so I wanted to create a visual representation for you so that you can allow yourself to just take a new perspective on what's really going on in your life, specifically with regards to yourself, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with your source, and your relationship with the world. And the reason I've come through to the forest is because this is where we see such a variety of plants and trees, and it always reminds me that every tree stays true to who they are. Like an apple tree doesn't try and be an oak tree, and an oak tree doesn't try and be a Christmas tree, whatever the right name is for them. And so often, just because we are all women, we think we all have to be the same, but we're not. So first things first, the tree does not receive her nourishment from other trees. She receives her nourishment from the earth, from the rain, from the sun, from nature. So often I find, especially women, think that the source of their joy, the source of their love, the source of their energy and inspiration is other people, and that she has to be the source of joy for others. When in fact, when you think about it, we call those plants parasites for a reason, as they literally suck the life force out of another plant. When we start looking at the tree of self, we have to go beyond the tree in and of herself to the source of her energy, the source of her love. And that source is the universe itself, whether you call the universe creator, God, goddess, source energy, your higher self, whatever you want to call it. How strong is your connection? Or have you fallen into the trap of thinking that your source is other people? From there we go into the roots of the tree. Now the roots is how much of the source gets into the tree itself. And your roots, my darling, is self-love. I've come to understand that you will never allow yourself to receive more than the extent to which you love yourself. And yet, whoever talks about self-love, whoever teaches us as women how to truly love ourselves? In fact, most women I know don't truly even like themselves, never mind love themselves. And so majority of the results that they receive is through pure hard determination and action, instead of allowing the source of well-being that is always present to actually come into your life through self-love. And that's why a huge part of my work is now around self-love for alpha females. This is a huge component, not only in the work that I'm doing with my private clients, but also in the Thrive Freedom program. From the roots, we start moving up into the trunk of the tree, our self-worth. And for me, the self-worth is really that centerpiece. Do you still feel you have to prove your worth? Do you still feel that you have to get enough accolades, like achieve enough results, get the promotions, make the money, put out more than anybody else in order for you to be worthy? Because that would make for a pretty scrawny trunk of a tree. And again, as we go through the parts of the tree, I want you to start seeing the impact that each has on the next. For if you are planting your oak tree in a desert, not a lot of source there, which means the root system is probably not going to be able to go deep enough to find the water. And if the root system is underdeveloped, what's going to happen to the trunk of the tree? It's going to be pretty underdeveloped, which is why so many women are struggling with self-worth, because they're focusing on achieving more to becoming more worthy instead of increasing their self-love. From the trunk of the tree, we move into the branches. And these are the elements that's really between us and the world. So let's go into this tree and have a look upwards. I want you to start thinking in the branches in terms of 10 elements, being your self-care, self-awareness, self-acceptance, self-trust, self-esteem, compassion with yourself, empowerment of self, self-expression, self-respect, and self-pleasure. And I'm not just talking about sex. For me, self-pleasure includes taking a walk in the forest and includes having a cup of coffee. So these are all the elements that we really want to start taking into consideration of how the world gets to experience us, and understanding that the bigger the branches, so the more attention we bring to them, the further out we can go into the world with more confidence and really allow ourselves to be seen. The final piece for me are the leaves of expression. These are the actions that we take that exhibit our self-respect, our self-care, our self-expression, our self-pleasure, and all of the different elements that a flourishing woman brings her attention to, so that she can show up really powerfully in the world. Let me ask you today, darling, what is the state of your tree? What is the condition that you are finding yourself in at the moment? Or have you been so focused on the world, on all the other trees around you, that you have completely neglected yourself? Because let me just say this as well. Every tree focuses on itself. It understands that there's no scarcity, there's no competition, and there's no codependency. Oh my God, did you just see the bird? Oh fuck, it's still there. Oh card. Okay. This is crazy. And by the tree being its best self, it forms part of a powerful ecosystem. It's back. Okay. This is why my life is a miracle. Because even the birds come to our trees. What are the stories that you are telling yourself as to your role in the forest? What's the impact those stories are having on your personal well-being? Are you trying to be something that you're not? Thinking that, well, apple trees are more valuable than pine trees, clearly, so we should all want to be an apple tree when this pine tree is perfect. What would it feel like to return to yourself, to reclaim who you are proudly, to allow yourself to receive the love of the universe that is always available to you by increasing your love of self? From this love having a powerful trunk of worth, and with this powerful trunk having those branches with which you bridge the gap between you and the world, expressing yourself perfectly. No apology, nothing to prove, because you are valuable, because you have purpose, you are perfect. I really do hope that this video has inspired you to start taking a closer look at your relationship with you. And if this resonates with you, then I warmly invite you to have a look at the details of the Thrive Freedom Program, as this is the deep work that we get to do for 10 weeks. I believe this is the foundation piece which is missing in majority of alpha females' lives. And right now, outworking everybody is no longer enough. It's time for an evolution. And it would be my absolute honor to guide you deeper into this journey. And if it's not, I'd still love to hear from you. What are your takeaways? What is it that you are going to start doing right now in this moment to increase your well-being? Let me know in the comments, as it will always serve everybody in creating new ideas for themselves as well. Hey, my name is Anel, and I am the instigator of a Thrive Evolution for alpha females. If this message has resonated with you, please like, share and comment so we can get more alpha females to increase their personal well-being, thereby creating a thriving forest environment where all the birds can come and visit us. Have an amazing day further. Cheers.
To find out more about how you can partner with Anel to achieve a next level thrive, visit www.anelbester.com.